And we're back, and we're discussing Secret Six, number 29. As I was saying again about Bane and how Gail Simone has made him so cool. I mean, Gail Simone has brought this book to really like one of the best books out there. It's a book that I read and reread and just adore reading it. Even back because when it was Villains United, I was really excited about it back during the Infinite Crisis days. And then it had and then that was just 6 issues, and then it had a 6-issue run just as Secret Six, and I think there were just too many damn fans to keep it down. And I think that Gail probably had too many good ideas that she wanted to put in about different characters to use, different plots, different character arcs. And that's where the book really shines, ultimately, is in the character arcs themselves. The character arcs of Bane and his relationship with Scandal Savage is probably the most fertile of all of the character arcs. To see Bane go from this kind of still coolly intelligent, but very primal being, to this very very much a father figure to Scandal, whose real father obviously is a real piece of dog shit. And there's a lot more detail about how much of a piece of dog shit that he is as Secret Six has progressed. Now, onto this particular issue. Now, this is actually a pickup of a recent issue of Paul Cornell's run on Action Comics, because it brings Luthor back into the fold. Because as many of you know, probably the Secret Six's first kind of boss was Lex Luthor, and it is a showdown. Ultimately, the book is a showdown between Luthor and Vandal Savage. So it's nice to see dad and daughter together, and just how much she just loathes him with every fiber of her being. And in the there's not a great deal of combat. Apparently, now I do not read Action Comics, so I didn't really know what was going on, even despite the fact that Paul Cornell was writing it, and I love Paul Cornell. It was just it felt like, okay, sometimes things are too late to hop on. So maybe some trades, a trade or two will get me into, Paul's run on, and Paul's take on Superman and Luthor and everything like that. Although from what I've read of his tweets, it seems to be pretty Luthor-centric. So if I'm wrong on that, please feel free to correct me. But again, great book, great issue, great art as usual. And and great character, great dialogue. I mean, Gail Simone writes the shit out of dialogue. She just pounds it home, man, and it's it feels so great. Again, there in this issue, especially with with Vandal Savage actually being there, you get that whole the whole Bane and Scandal thing. Really is played to its hilt. And that never gets old to me. I think it's really cool to see Bane show such a kind of tender side to him. Secret Six, again, it's the best team book that DC is putting out. So I'll definitely say that. So on to our pick of the week out of the 3. It's certainly not the best, but I think it's the most important, and that is Daredevil Reborn, this 1 of 4 limited series. So in order to discuss this, we've got to talk a little bit about Shadowland. For those of you who did not read Shadowland or even really know what it was about, the teaser where the battle for the soul of New York, type of thing. and it really follows off from where it's basically where Andy Diggle took over after Ed Brubaker left. Why did Brubaker have to leave? But he took over after Brubaker split, and he started kind of bringing it in this new direction. He kind of he put the hand back in as basically that that Daredevil was going to forge this alliance with the Hand, and he was going to use the Hand. He was going to try and fight him from the inside. Trying to change what they are as an organization. And you should know by now, since they've existed for thousands of years, that you can't stop the Hand, at least not that way. And Shadowland started off with a bang. Basically, Daredevil, he's donned a new, pretty much all black costume except for the red, D's, and it looks just much more demonic than it ever did before. And basically, Shadowland in and of itself is an actual place that is in Hell's Kitchen, because Bullseye came in there, blew up a couple city blocks and killed, hundreds of people. And Bullseye, for some reason, had the balls to go back to Hell's Kitchen and face down Murdoch, and that ended up with, in a very surprising moment, Daredevil impaling him with a sigh. So if you remember that panel of Frank Miller's run on Daredevil, I think that was issue 181, if memory serves, where Bullseye kills Elektra. This is, it's a mirror image of that. And that's really where the whole tension started off, is that, that's really where Shadowland kicked into gear. Because, it seems like although Matt Murdock has, he just seems to be sinking deeper and deeper into the depths of this evil that he's surrounded by, and that he's actually taken a life now, and with pretty much with intent and with purpose. And in certain respects, just like who could blame him? He killed Elektra, even though Elektra came back. He killed Karen Page. He's killed hundreds upon hundreds of people, and then decimated part of Hell's Kitchen. So I mean, if you ask me, the motherfucker had it coming. But that's not the job of Daredevil. Daredevil's not a killer, and that's where the whole Shadowland conflict emerged. Was that the other heroes of New York, Spidey, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Ghost Rider, Punisher, Moon Knight, kind of came into play, and essentially tried to stop Matt Murdock from becoming worse than he had. It seems that he had become. But the whole thing was, and this is where I had a problem with Shadowland, is that it turns out that Matt Murdock had actually been more or less possessed by the Beast, which is the being, this eternal being that runs the Hand. And even Elektra throws down, and she, ultimately, the whole run of Shadowland seemed to be building towards the climax, and the climax seemed to be that Matt Murdock was going to die, that he was going to be killed by one of the protagonists, one of the heroes. Either the Punisher or Elektra, but the Elektra made more sense. And it turns out that he wasn't actually killed, but the Beast was expelled from him. But he still has, of course, all of his Catholic guilt over everything that he's done, and everything that he did when he was with the Hand. And don't think he feels so bad about killing Bullseye, but he definitely is guilty. So he decides to go on a little road trip. And we're going to pick up on this in just a few moments. And this will be a short segment, I promise. So we'll continue in just a few moments.